The Quran is not a book of science, but it is a book of signs that invite us to reflect on the creation of Allah, and amazingly, many of these signs revealed more than 1400 years ago align perfectly with modern scientific discoveries. Let us look at some of these points one by one. 1. The origin of the universe. Modern scientists tell us the universe began with the Big Bang, a great explosion from a single point that led to the creation of galaxies, stars, and planets. The Quran already mentioned this in Surah Al-Anbiya, verse 30. Do not those who disbelieve see that the heavens and the earth were a closed-up mass, then we opened them out? This perfectly matches the concept of the Big Bang. 2. Life created from water. Biology confirms that every living thing depends on water for its existence, and the Quran declared long ago, and we made from water every living thing. Will they not then believe? 21:30. From the smallest cell to the largest creature, all need water to survive. 3. Human embryology. The Quran describes with astonishing accuracy the stages of human creation in the womb. A drop of fluid, then a clot clinging to the wall, then a lump of flesh, then bones clothed with flesh, before Allah brings it forth as a human being. This sequence, mentioned in Surah Al-Mu'minun, verses 12 to 14, matches exactly with what modern embryology has discovered using microscopes and scientific research. 4. The protective sky. Today we know that Earth's atmosphere acts as a shield, protecting us from harmful ultraviolet rays and causing meteors to burn up before reaching the ground. The Quran mentioned this in Surah Al-Anbiya, verse 32. And we made the sky a protected ceiling, but they turn away from its signs. Without this protection, life on Earth would be impossible. 5. Mountains as pegs. Geologists explain that mountains are not just visible peaks, but they have deep roots that stabilize the Earth's crust and reduce shaking. The Quran uses the exact image, saying in Surah An-Naba, verses 6 to 7, Have we not made the earth a resting place, and the mountains as pegs? This imagery shows the precision of Allah's words. 6. The expanding universe. In Surah Ad-Dariyat, verse 47, Allah says, And the heaven we constructed with strength, and indeed, we are its expander. Modern science has now confirmed that the universe is still expanding, a discovery made only in the 20th century. 7. The role of iron. Science reveals that iron did not originate on Earth but was sent down from space by supernova explosions. The Quran mentions in Surah Al-Hadid, verse 25, that Allah sent down iron, in which is strong material for war and benefits for humanity. This is another clear miracle. 8. The deep seas and internal waves. Oceanographers recently discovered that deep seas have layers of darkness and internal waves below the surface. The Quran mentions in Surah An-Nur, verse 40, that, in a deep sea, covered by waves upon waves, with darkness upon darkness, a fact unknown to mankind at the time of revelation. 9. The balance of nature. In Surah Ar-Rahman, Allah speaks of creating everything in balance, a concept reflected in modern ecology, which shows how ecosystems depend on perfect balance to survive. All these examples, and many more, remind us that the Quran is not simply telling stories, but giving us signs to reflect upon. Allah says in Surah Al-Imran, verse 190, Indeed, in the creation of the heavens and the earth and the alternation of night and day are signs for people of understanding. These signs are a call to recognize that science may explain the processes, but it cannot explain the purpose. The Quran gives us both the explanation and the purpose, guiding our hearts and our intellects towards Allah. So, whenever we learn about the universe, the earth, or ourselves, we should not only admire the creation, but also remember the Creator. If you benefited from this reminder, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more reflections on the harmony between the Quran and science. The Quran is not a book of science, but a book of signs, and many of these signs revealed over 1400 years ago align with modern discoveries. The Quran mentions the origin of the universe, saying the heavens and earth were once joined before being separated, a description of the Big Bang. It tells us that all living things are made from water, which biology confirms today. In Surah Al-Mu'minun, Allah describes the stages of human development in the womb, from a drop, to a clot, to a lump of flesh, then bones clothed with flesh, exactly as modern embryology confirms. The Quran says the sky is a protective ceiling, just as science shows the atmosphere shields us from harmful rays and meteors. It also describes mountains as pegs, which modern geology confirms stabilize the earth with deep roots. These signs remind us that knowledge and faith are connected, and the Quran is a timeless guide for both the heart and the intellect. If you benefited from this, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more reminders about the harmony between the Quran and science.